Good. I've got a list ready to go. Can I use Black Panther again? Maybe I get the copy of Ultimate Black Panther #1.
Sounds good to me. What do you guys think?
I'm just kidding. I'm not actually going to do that. That was a joke. I'm not going to do any repeating. I don't do that.
What is up, everybody? But hello to those who are still here and haven't clicked off yet. Not because of Zach, because you all have, I guess, attention problems.
The ADD.
The ADD is like, it's two old guys. I'm out. You know.
I cleaned up my face just for this. The scruff is gone.
You cleaned up your face, but not your act.
My act is always clean, sir. I run a PG-13 show, at worst.
PG-13. I've seen nudity and swearing in PG-13 movies.
Swearing? What PG-13 movies are you watching that have nudity in them? Like from the 70s?
The 80s and the early 90s, the Grudge and stuff, you know.
Really?
Yeah.
I figured that would have been after, because it was Temple of Doom was PG. I think that's what made them do the PG-13.
Doc Hollywood, full frontal nudity of a woman. That was a PG movie.
What the what?
That was the
80s or the 90s?
The 80s. I watched it. Michael J. Fox. I'm like, go watch this. And I was like,
these are wild.
She took her clothes out to go skinny dipping. I was just
Doc Hollywood or Doc Holiday?
Doc Hollywood.
Doc Hollywood.
Michael J. Fox.
Oh, okay.
It's a movie. I never would expect it to be nudity in there. I was like,
and now I know why my parents wouldn't let me watch it. I was like, that's really weird.
Really? Your parents would let you watch? Your dad was just too lazy to clip it out. My parents would do that. I watched Terminator without the violence.
So what's the point of watching Terminator?
I know.
You watch it for what?
I watched Highlander, and it cut up the sex scenes. I was like, you just clip this stuff out. Like that's
why women watch Highlander is for the.
So when I watched
Outlander,
being a kid though, growing up in the 90s and all, so when I watch movies now, it's like as soon as I got 18, I was just like, wow, I don't remember this being in the movie. Whoa, that's a really hardcore scene, and I was, it's like. Just a lot of stuff, I did not expect to see. And then, of course, if you're watching like movies like Broken Arrow with Christian Slater and stuff, you'd watch the Fox on Sunday. They showed the Fox movies, and and I was just like, they had the bad dub, the PG dub they put over it.
Oh yeah, they did that with Bad Boys. I remember they did that with Bad Boys whenever they would show it on FX. And then I actually saw like the original unedited cut of Bad Boys. Bad Boys 2, where they're throwing the naked corpses out of the car. I was like, holy cow, this is not the same movie I remember.
And then you watch Die Hard. Yippee-ki-yay, mother trucker.
Yeah, there's some bad dubbing, man.
I love
Godzilla movies are bad. Try watching an R-rated movie.
You can tell it's not even like them saying it. It's like somebody else just dubs it and they listen to one word.
Right.
And it goes back to the...
It's like they got a temporary frog in their throat or something.
Everybody likes a frog in their throat.
No, nobody likes a frog in their throat. Not even Miss Piggy.
Well, what would Kermit and Miss Piggy do behind the scenes? I don't want to know. Slapping bacon, man. I don't know.
Oh, gosh.
And
I just said I cleaned up my act, and then that's the first place I went to. So, sorry, folks.
Green eggs and ham. Yes. Hello to Jay. Hello. Our local poster child for COVID. Jay is tested positive for COVID, so he will not be able to do anything.
saw that. Dude. Are you, like, aching, or is it, like, barely affecting you?
He's shaking because I kept calling Rambo First Blood Part 2 Rambo 2.
First Blood Part 2. That's the one where he's in Vietnam, right?
Yeah.
I actually like that compared to Rambo First Blood. I like that one more.
No, I was just like, because it's called that, and I said it's a dumb name, so I just call it Rambo 2.
You gotta call it Rambo First Blood. I'm sorry, do you not call Star Wars 5 The Empire Strikes Back, or you just call it Star Wars 5?
I don't call anything Star Wars. I just call it, A New Hope or whatever I think is it, or then I call Empire Strikes Back and The Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right. Anyway,
I'll show my screen here and we'll get this reading going.
Hope you feel better, Jay. Also, hello to Maranya and Undead Quinn, who are also in the chat.
They're quarantined in the chat with Jay.
Y'all hold your breath. Stay 6 comments apart.
6 comments apart. What the hell?
I don't know. It just seemed funny.
Alrighty. All right. Do you want to go first, lad, or should I?
I can go first. Let me get my apple out of the way. I might have an apple here tonight, so Bream better be ready. I have one that might be worthy of an apple. There's a mini series that's coming out currently from Marvel that I was kind of interested in at first. I read the first one. I ended up cutting it from my pull list for budgetary reasons, but then I saw this issue number 3 coming out, and it intrigues me because it has one of my favorite ingredients for comic books, and that is giant monsters and kaiju. I'm talking about Thunderbolts number 3 from Jackson Lanzing and Colin Kelly. I did not read number 2. I think the number 2 had to do with King Fist, and it had the Black Widow and Yelena. This one looks like it has Shang-Chi and Bucky in it, although Bucky's calling himself Revolution now. Looks like U.S. Walker is also an U.S. agent. John Walker is also in it. U.S. Walker.
I prefer Russian Walker. Or
Walker. I prefer Walker Texas Ranger. But anyway.
Chuck Norris only.
That's right. Man, can you imagine young Chuck Norris playing U.S. agent? That would be sick. I would watch that show. Anyway, yeah. It looks like, from what I can gather, Bucky is trying to recruit U.S. agent and Todd Ziller, who, a.k.a. is this person called American Kaiju, which is what got my attraction. There he is. I knew he wouldn't disappoint me. And so, yeah, Shang-Chi and Bucky and U.S. agent, I guess, try to stop him from destroying a city, maybe? I'm not entirely sure. There better be some giant kaiju monster fight in here. Otherwise, it's false advertising. Lanzing and Kelly, they're good. They're all right. They're not super. They're not like Hickman or Wade or anybody. But anyway, I may get this one. I may not. This is a placeholder because I really only have $4 on my pull list this week. So I saw this one. I was like, hey, it's a giant kaiju. I may check it out, preview it, and depending on if I like it or not, I'll pick it up. But anyway, yeah, so I won't spend too much time on it. It is a Dodson cover, and I do like the Dodsons.
A Dodson?
Yeah, Terry Dodson. Terry and Rachel Dodson. So it's not one of their typical female covers. It's, Bucky versus the giant kaiju. Why is Bucky huge? Did he take some PIM particles or something? It doesn't say anything in the synopsis. I would assume he took some PIM particles or something. But anyway, that is my number 5, though. So...
I think of when I see this cover, American Kaiju, I think of Killer Croc, and then we get to see him, do one more battle than against Batman Beyond. And that horrible book they did over there. So, I don't know. And is this Captain America or is this Captain?
That's Walker. That's U.S. agent.
Okay.
Captain America, as far as I can tell, is not involved in this.
Todd Ziller is the guy's name of American Kaiju. Apparently.
American Kaiju, because America needs a kaiju. All the kaiju come from Japan.
Oh, look, that's right. I forgot about this shit. He's not called Bucky anymore. He's called Revolution.
Yeah, that's what I said. He is called Revolution after the Colin and Kelly Captain America.
A lot of apples there.
I know it is.
Actually, Jay's giving you tomatoes.
No, Jay, see, I don't like tomatoes.
So you guys throwing some lettuce, some cucumbers? You don't have a salad here.
I don't care for tomatoes. Can you turn that into anything else?
So they shouldn't have said that. Now they're gonna give you tomatoes.
They're too gross. I don't like them. I am a kaiju weebo, Rhaegar. Thank you. I do love my kaiju monster movies.
All right.
They're
my
awesome.
my number 5 this week is a series that I'm just looking forward more to watching this, or not watching, but reading in more of this. And it's just been fun. It's Into the Moon Knight number 2. Prepare those apples if you don't like it, because I don't care.
Hey, I'll take lemons. Thank you, Jay. I like lemons.
What lime?
Yeah. Sprite, lemon lime. No bananas. The texture of bananas is gross. The flavors are right, the texture is gross.
Mark Spector is back from the dead, and he's fighting against the right. It's basically the left hand versus the right hand of Khonshu now. And like I said, it looks. I look forward to see what the outcome of this is. Is obviously this is a trope we've done before. People come back to dead and not really think they're the right stuff, and then finally, we've seen this with Raish Al Ghul, or if you prefer Ra's al Ghul. We've heard it both ways. But we saw this in the Neil Adams Danny O'Neill when he came back. He was aggressive. He wasn't himself, and finally he calmed down, and he was back to his normal self. So I'm hoping this might be the same thing with him, because it'd be dumb to have him come back and be like when they brought back Transformers, and for those who watch Transformers cartoon, they brought back Optimus Prime. He was a zombie. He wasn't himself, and they had to, they had to put him down again. Like I said, I look forward to this and it's keeping it fresh. I still think it's dumb. They shouldn't have called say it number 2. It should just continue. There was no reason to change the name either. It's still Moon Knight. And then the whole legacy thing is annoying too as well. But other than that, it's been a fun cover. And this is a Finch cover here.
Oh, it's a David Finch.
David Finch cover on the cover.
That looks more.
It's
really artsy for David Finch. Like the coloring is really neat.
Yep.
Interesting.
We have this, yeah. And Tiger's gonna be here as well again, as always. Having Tiger, it's the first story for 20 pages.
Nice.
And yeah, so it looks like it's just continuing the story. If you've been loving the first series, it's continuing it. They just called it a different name. But unlike Steve Orlando, these books actually should have been canceled, and they never should have changed the name.
You heard Steve Orlando's back, right? After his failed Scarlet Witch, now he has Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. They gave him a character.
I thought it was Vengeance of Scarlet Witch.
No, he failed one character, so they gave him that character and another one.
He's on his third one in the series of Scarlet Witch, isn't it? Like the third round. Is it
his third? I thought it was the second.
Maybe it's second. I don't know.
I don't pay enough attention to him.
But, all right.
But anyway. Rhaegar, I agree. Tomatoes do ruin sandwiches. They get the bread all soggy with all the juice.
That's why you eat them right away. You don't just sit there and let it soak up the freaking juice.
I agree, but tomato juice is also gross too. So
that's
a cool cover. Is that a 90s homage? Oh yeah, it says 97.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, with Marvel 97 and X-Men 97 stuff. That's been fun.
I'm at this point where I love the colors from 90s comics.
Well, just everything is here. The bright colors here, the bright
corner box,
the original title font.
Yep.
Yep. And all, everything was much more happy.
Happy for a guy who sold his soul to an ancient god.
Well, didn't sell it. He kind of was gonna die anyway.
That's true.
And he did it. He did it to help out other people.
That's true. Good point.
But yeah, like I said, you look at the main cover by Finch. It's so great.
Yeah.
Finch's cover is like a Sienkiewicz cover. That's what it reminds me of.
Yeah, that's what it is. It looks more it's like a combo between the two. Like the art, the lines look like Finch, but then the coloring and the shading, it looks more.
I still like that. It's all done by pencil.
It also it kind of almost has a little bit of like, those I guess maybe I'm thinking of like the trading cards from the 80s or the 90s.
Yes, the 90s trading the X-Men cards and all that stuff in.
A little bit of that.
Alrighty. Well, they're talking about fruit and also
we're having a Mariko Tamaki themed chat tonight.
Let us know what you're having for dinner tonight in the comments right now.
I had some pork burnt-ins and some corn. And I had some blueberries, kind of carnivore / forager night tonight. Right. Anyway, enough about that though. Y'all aren't here for my diet. You're all here for comics. Moving right along, we have issue number 5 of the series I am really enjoying, and that is from Robert Venditti and Riley Rossmo of all people. Wesley Dodds Sandman.
I was gonna say.
Why were you going to Transformers?
I heard the Robert part. Then he said 5. The Transformers is 5. That's how I was like.
Okay, that's Daniel Warren Johnson, not Robert Kirkman.
I know, but still.
No, we're talking about Wesley Dodds Sandman, issue number 5, right there. Right there. You just passed it.
Oh.
All the way to the left.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No. Yeah, this has been a really fun series. Talking about Sandman, Wesley Dodds back in the 1930s, what he's been doing. You know, the theme of this story, the setup is somebody's stolen his diary of sleep gas experiments. And so he's got this enemy that's out there using it to kill people and terrorize people. And so he's trying to get it back. He finds out that it has been seized or it's been taken by the United States Army. And so now Sandman has to sneak onto a military base. He's a former military guy. I think they established in issue 1, I think 1 or 2, that he was in the military, and then he got out of the military and he was trying to come up with a way to weaponize his gas so that they could stop using bullets. And the army said, "No, we like bullets." But now he's got to go sneak onto an army base to get his missing journal back, because he's feeling all this guilt from all of his failed experiments and how it's the reason for people going crazy and dying and all this terrible stuff. This has been a really fun series. A lot of folks don't care for Riley Rossmo's art. This has been pretty good. I feel like there are some cases here, especially when it comes to like when Wesley Dodds or when somebody else is under the hallucinations of the sleep gas. I feel like that's where his art really shines. But even other than that, just the settings and having it take place in like the 1920s or 30s, I feel like the art really, it pops a lot more than it feels like it should. Really, really fun. If you don't know anything about Wesley Dodds, this is a great kind of pickup story. Kind of goes through his origins a little bit. You get his supporting cast. You get his leading lady there, Diane Belmont. They have his I don't see his name up there, but he's got like this butler or manservant who drives him around. I don't know who Lil Batman is.
So I'm thinking this might be
worries me. It could be Batmite. No, it would say Batmite, wouldn't it?
For the Mark Waid story? I don't know.
Oh, it might. No, that would be Batmite still, I think.
I don't know.
Anyway, I'll have to see what that's about. But yeah, really fun story. So if you like noir or detective stories, which like it's not as gritty as like Sandman Mystery Theater is, but it's a good fun story. It's got some great action to it. The art it pops. It's trippy in some points, but it's really cool. So this is my number 4 book of the week. Robert Venditti writes a really good story here.
Alrighty. And for those who are still awake, we'll go on to my number.
Because we just talked about Sandman, right? That's why.
Could be. Could be because of the name, or just because no one cares about the comic book.
Well, fine, you bunch of Venditti haters.
I like Venditti. I just wish Venditti was doing more work other than just Sandman.
Oh, believe me, I do as well. Well, they're doing the collection of Tankers, that Bad Idea comic from a few years ago.
Yeah.
They're doing a collection.
Only like 10 people got because it was like a Bad Idea comic where hardly anybody got access to it.
Yeah, well, now they're offering the whole thing. I think it's Indiegogo. I don't think it's Kickstarter, but they're offering the whole thing in a hardcover.
My number 4 for this week is Blade number 8.
Oh, nice.
I still, I've been enjoying this. This has been fun. This is Brian Edward Hill. For those of you who don't know this, he just did Delta's Black Panther, which is basically just a Black Panther story. That's just all. Still a fun first issue, but I think he excels more on Blade. But that being, it's not really fair to say that because of the fact it's only had 1 issue, Ultimate Black Panther. But I think that series will get better. But talking about Blade now, Blade versus just ghosts, vampires, demons, all that shit. Now he's mastered. With the power he is governed with the Dragon Hog. Blade must now gather knowledge about the Adana by going. When I say Adele, every time I hear it, Adele. The knowledge about Adele, going deep, rolling in the deep. It's the heart of the enemy territory. Adana, for those who don't know this, that's not short for Madonna. I know we all hate her, but no. Adana is like a kind of like a Gozer level, kind of like demon, and wants to bring hell out to Earth, and it's just a weird thing because there's no magic involved, Because I thought her whole thing was that she was like control the demons and all that shit. But it's been a fun series. You're getting Wesley Snipes Blade. If you like Wesley Snipes Blade, this is the book you should be picking up. If you don't, then you probably won't like this as much.
He almost looks like, I don't know if it's the angle that he's standing there on the cover, but he looks like a priest. Like it almost looks like he's wearing a priest getup. You can't really see a white collar at the top.
No, yeah.
It almost looks like a Soul Finder cover a little bit. Like this is the new Soul Finder.
It's kind of like those jackets they wear in like in Korea and like in Japan. They fold over and they snap it.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
Yeah, snaps that way.
Okay,
it's not a zip up jacket.
Gotcha. Very cool.
And here's Pablo Villalobos variant 125. That's his normal outfit he wears all the time. But
yeah, that's the one I remember.
But yeah, and then here's the 90s variants because all the 97's coming out.
Yep. Looks like he just jumped out of a X-Men cartoon.
Because he's going against gargoyles. That's what it looks like a little bit. With his 40-pack abs.
I know, it looks like there's like a third row right there in the middle.
But this is the flat top, though. Yeah, that's the same thing they gave him in the 90s Spider-Man cartoon. Mm-hmm. The flat top. So, I don't know. I'm curious what else is getting a 97 variant, cover this week from Marvel. Not that I'll pick it up, but it'd be kind of cool to, have them on a poster.
I was gonna say they don't have. I mean, maybe later. I don't know if there's one next week or next month, but Fantastic Four. If they had a Fantastic Four one, I might be tempted to pick that up. That could be fun.
Rhaegar, I'm concerned about why you would be able to tell that.
Yeah. Do you read Playgirl magazine, Rhaegar? I didn't even know they still made those.
Nobody reads Playboy or Playgirl. I'm sorry.
I didn't know they still made those.
Well, then again, it is a girls' magazine, so it might be full of articles, no pictures. Because guys don't read; we look at the pictures.
That's true. That's why we read comic books.
Right? See,
I actually do read regular books. For the record, I do like regular books as well.
I can't. I need a visual.
All right, my number 3. We actually just talked about this one. We just finished talking about this one, so there is going to be some overlap tonight, given some of the books that are on our list.
Let me go over the Moon Knight.
There you guessed it. That is my number 3.
Because I know you're not getting Blade.
No, the only Brian Edward Hill book that I want is Ultimate Black Panther, and I'm getting to the comic as soon as they open. I'm getting to the shop as soon as they open tomorrow, because I'm not going to show up late and miss all the issues selling out again.
Well, it was funny because my shop, when I asked him, he said there wasn't even an option to pre-order.
Yeah, they told me I couldn't even reserve the second printing or the second. I couldn't reserve a copy.
No, he said like the song guy. He said there was no even option for me to even order a second on that day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there was no options. I don't know if it changed or not, but
oh wow, okay, yeah. Because my shop, they told me they were gonna get some more books in, but I was like, oh, can I
I don't know.
Have you set one aside and reserve them for me? He's like, no, we can't.
Might be the series I just buy and trade.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how long it goes.
Might be. But anyway, back to this though. Vengeance of Moon Knight number 2. Yeah. Stupid thing Marvel did was in the previous run when they were just going to take the same 2 people and put them still on Moon Knight for a different chapter. They did it with Daredevil. They've done it with other characters. It's dumb. However,
it's the Capuccio curse.
No, it happened with Chichetto twice, I think, because Zdarsky and Chichetto were on it for was it 3 different runs?
No, for Daredevil, it was run 1, and then they restarted it. So.
Okay. But anyway, Moon Knight, Vengeance of Moon Knight, yeah, issue number 1. Yeah, like Minkman said, Mark Spector comes back from the dead, and now he's this really hyper aggressive guy. He's fist first, no words, very opposite from Moon Knight that we had been seeing. He's he's much more brutal, much more Punisher-esque. Yeah. And so now we have Hunter Moon, who is Khonshu's other envoy. And now he and Moon Knight are going to be button heads. There's also Tigra. There's also the vampire chick. who helps him out, Reese, Soldier, who is the former Hydra guy. All of these side characters that have been working for Mark, they're now like caught between what do we do with this new Mark Spector guy? Because I don't think even some of them might not even think it really is Mark Spector. It might be
some are saying this might be a fourth identity because that's
a fourth identity. Yep, there's that. So there's some mystery shrouded in what's going on.
But it is crazy about this because when it first this was going on, we introduced to Hunter's Moon. He's what Mark is now. Mm-hmm. All serious. There is no fans, friends, family, and stuff. He's all about serving Khonshu. Where Hunter's Moon now was after being around Mark, softened up, and you realize his ways. So it's like
exactly. Oh yeah, I hadn't even thought about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So the left and the right have now switched.
They've traded spots, kind of. Yeah, which is pretty fascinating actually. I didn't even catch that. Good catch, Finkman. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how this story continues, how this goes on. If Mark will resurface and mellow out, or whatever is going to happen. Jed MacKay has been doing really, really well with this. I think this might be the best title of the 3 that he's writing right now. His Avengers run's okay. I know you've been liking his Doctor Strange run. But yeah, this I think has been his best one so far. So I'm excited to see where it moves forward.
Yeah, the reason I like the Doctor Strange run because it's not as wordy as the original. I've noticed, not to say that knock on the originals like the Doctor Strange stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, they
are wordy though.
I like being able to get through like 6 or 7 comic books in a day versus having to like, all right, I read the first 2 now. What time is it? Oh, it's time for bed already.
Mm-hmm. Don't be silly, Vinkman. We all know you don't go to bed till 5 o'clock in the morning.
Well, we also know. Whoever said I go to bed?
That's true. You just did. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm a robot.
But no, you're 100% right. Actually, I'm kind of excited about that vampire thing that he's going to be writing. Jed MacKay's writing Bloodsport, something with like Avengers, Doctor Strange, Blade, like a big crossover between the 3.
I would have seen Jed MacKay write Vampire.
I'm not super duper into like a bunch of vampires. Like, I don't know. I kind of want to see where he goes with this Marvel one, because like there was a thing like back when Jason Aaron was writing the Avengers, they had like a 3 or 4 arc story where it was them versus Dracula. And that was kind of cool. So I'm kind of excited to see if they revisit that. But coming back to this, Moon Knight, Vengeance of Moon Knight, #2, Jed MacKay, Alessandro Capuccio, I think. Check it out.
Alessandro. Yes.
Not cappuccino.
No, not cappuccino. Cappuccino.
I wish I had a cappuccino. Actually, you're right. Cappuccino, it's way too little. It's all foam. It's not a lot of substance. Yeah.
Alrighty. My #3 for this week. Scroll back down here. It is the end of this little mini series. It's just been a fun ride. The writer is also the artist, and it's just been fun. This is Seisman Kudransky, I think it is. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm butchering his name, man. I apologize if you're watching this. I know you've clipped my stuff before too. So
oh wow! Oh, very cool.
Yeah, on Instagram. Yeah, he sent me a follow and everything. What is his imprint here? It's called One Man Art, and this is a vampire story. I'm just a sucker for vampire stuff, monster stuff.
I'd say you really like vampire and ghost stuff.
It's when it's not Twilight, it's good.
That's fair.
Like it's not just like I'm a vampire Torch does. Like, this is like a vampire basically kind of like trying to escape the life. He was. It's like you join a gang and you try to leave it and settle down normal life, and then they come looking for you.
They come to drag you back in.
Yeah. After losing his wife, he's forced to raise his son. His son isn't 18 yet, his son's only 15, and they live in the woods where it's always dark. It's always hazy and foggy over there, so he doesn't worry about sunlight. So and then this guy has basically come to town, wants and he wants to track him down. slaughter the general store guy because well, that's where these guys, the son were. That's where they last were, and he caught up their son there. Torture the guy. The sheriff, is now basically come to investigate, because there's a murder. He saw something, Now the deputies worried about the sheriff. The sheriff, who's basically like, he just told his wife, "I'll be back for dinner. Just save me a plate." And it's just like, and the art in here is just phenomenal. It is so realistic, and it's just, this is stuff I would love to see, like, as a TV series, or maybe for those who like 30 Days a Night when it was adapted into a movie. This is kind of a similar story, kind of like that in a sense. I get that the whole thing is like good versus evil, and what happens when someone makes a bad choice and now is just trying to spare someone who's innocent. The self-sacrifice. I love that stuff.
Yeah, very cool.
And then he does the variant covers. I love it. Underworld.
Oh my, that is Underworld.
Yep.
That's not Kate Beckinsale, but it
for
is
those
Underworld.
the last issue, he was forced to obey by the guy, former leader, saying like basically killed his son. And he's or didn't call him. He's like, his son, he left the son for dead. He's like, either you turn your son or you watch him die.
Brutal.
Yeah, either one of us. You can't leave. Yeah.
That's almost like what was it? Nightclub, where
same
the
thing.
vampires were like, "Listen, you either join us or we kill your families."
Yeah. So he sat there. His son in his arms. His son's on the ground, and he's in the cabin, and he's just like, what do I do? But it's a fun series. Like I said, if you haven't checked this out, please go do so. One of the few artists, writers that are also artists that are actually worth checking out. And there's a lot of times you get the artist and their writing sucks. So I thought those were really well.
Awesome.
There's a guy who did Town Called Terror, and he also is doing a book called Something Epic.
Oh yeah, I know you've liked the Something Epic,
which just wrapped up as well. Very fun books.
Right on.
Alrighty.
All right.
Let's go to your number. Is it number 2, right?
Number 2. You almost went to it earlier. My number 2 this week comes
Transformers
from Image Comics, and a wonderful talk about writers who also do the art, Mr. Daniel Warren Johnson. Arguably some of his best work. I won't say it is his definitive best work, but some of his best work to date.
Oh my gosh, my my number 1 my number 2 is your number 1.
Yeah, that tracks. That sounds about right.
So if you guys want to learn about this, we'll be here for an hour doing it.
Yeah, so and this one, we had some pretty big reveals through both Transformers and also through Cobra Commander. About Starscream reviving one of the most powerful Decepticons. If you can't guess from the cover, if you're not a huge Transformers fan, this is very accessible. It's very easy to dive into. You don't need to know all of the lore of Cybertron and everything. It does a really good job making it accessible to new readers, new fans. However, that being said, if you do know designs or weapons about certain Transformers, you will recognize the gun that is on this cover and how it belongs to a certain leader.
Well, the one I was showing, yes.
Yeah, you went over to the variant. That's okay though. But yeah, it's been a blast though so far. The way Daniel Warren Johnson writes the emotion into this, not just the human element, but also with the Transformers and making them appear human in their thoughts and how they feel, the straight up villainy that he has the Decepticons portrayed as villains. It's just been amazing. His artwork has been glorious to just watch and read. It's all around. It's a great series, and it's one of the best things that I think he's worked on. This Murder Falcon Duo Power Bomb I think would be his 3 best books so far. I haven't read his Wonder Woman yet. I want to. But this has just been a treat to read. And every time there's a new issue, it's almost like this is the new Firepower. Since Firepower is about to end, I feel like this is almost the new Firepower.
That's next week.
Which is another Robert Kirkman book, or another title connected to Robert Kirkman. But yeah, this has just been awesome. I like that cover right there. That's really cool, with him strapping on the Megatron gun
arm and
yeah,
will it take over him?
that's cool. But yeah, it's my number 2.
Yeah, they said basically that Starscream is going to
that's
revive.
Carl Keschel too. That cover was a Carl Keschel.
Yeah.
Nice.
Starscream revives one of the most powerful Decepticons to eliminate the Autobots once and for all. And that might be a clue right there.
Oh,
I'm not sure who that would be, because that's not Thunder or Skywarp.
No, I don't think so. No, that's not him. Well, Skywarp.
There's parts here.
Skywarp got it, didn't he? Like he bit. Bit the bullet last issue.
Yeah. So, yeah, look, it looks awesome, man, and it's just been fun.
Mm-hmm.
As some would say, it's been a blast. Your little pun there. All right, go to my number 2. And it is just it's another fun series. Excited for more of it. When I first started this series, I was the biggest fan of the character. I like him in movies, but as a main character, wasn't sure. But it's been growing on me. We'll see how this goes with Kyle Rayner popping up.
Yeah.
Countdown to Armageddon.
Not only that, Ron Mars is coming back to write the Kyle Rayner portion of the story.
Oh,
which
joy.
Love or hate the person, but he did good work with Kyle Rayner when he was writing them back in the day.
Al Jordan versus the United Planets or the United Nations. After revelations of what happened on Koragar, Hal discovers United Planets are consolidating power in the universe by nefarious means. But before he can stop them, representatives of the United Planets Corps have arrived to arrest Hal for unlawful use of emotional spectrum energy in a quarantine zone. And I hope he slaughters all of them.
Don't think he's going to slaughter anybody.
But what is this?
The swimsuit cover. They're back.
When I see the baboons here, I think of Hit Monkey, because that's right, the guy died in the thing.
Oh, so they're in Japan then. Because in Japan, they actually have monkeys that do that.
Well, yeah. Yeah. Looks like a 3D porn cover. It's like the way it's done. Pose. There's Ron Mars, C. Mark Wade.
So, yeah, good storyteller, bad everything else. But I actually am excited to see some Kyle Rayner. That's a cool cover. I don't
care for his face like this, but I like the background comps.
That is pretty cool, yeah. I like that.
Ramon Perez cover. That should be the main cover right here.
I like that one.
This grumpy Ronald Reagan cover, I don't like.
He does look like Ronald Reagan.
It's the same guy. It's probably the same guy who did the cover for the Action Comics.
Yeah, the one where it's like the really the old Superman. Yeah. Yep. Also, it makes Kyle look like, I don't know, something like he looks like the
Nightwing?
devil. Huh?
It's like Nightwing.
He's got like a Joker smile.
It's Kilowog's face.
Yeah, Kilowog also just looks really weird. So yeah, if I can get the Perez's cover is probably going to be, it's a $6 cover for Perez and for Doc Shaner.
Oh, I didn't see the Perez at all. This one here.
Perez. Yeah, the one you said should be the main one. Yeah, not George Perez. Not that one.
Where's this one? Oh,
that one's pretty cool.
Playing baseball. That's funny. Yeah. Like I said, it looks fun. Rainer cover looks like the Rainer who laughs.
That's it. The Rainer who laughs.
Actually, you know what it reminds me of? Tom Cruise.
Oh,
It's Tom Cruise.
I could see that. Dale Eaglesham is doing the art for the Kyle Rayner story. That's awesome. I do
That's the
like.
guy. I don't care for on Mars. No, I don't know.
I don't care for
No,
the person.
his
If he
story.
can do a good story,
I'm not
then
talking. I'm not
okay.
talking about. I'm just saying his writing. His writing's been kind of.
Really?
At least I've seen him on some of
What's
the
he written
books.
recently?
Silver Surfer throwback
Ah, wow.
over at Marvel, and it wasn't that good.
I didn't read that.
Then
I
again,
know
because
he used to write Kyle though. Like he used to write Green Lantern, so maybe it won't be as bad. But with Dale Eaglesham on art, I mean that already is more reason to read it than Ron Mars.
but like I said, it looks fun. There's a backup story now too.
Yeah, they got rid
Alright.
of the Sinister Sons, so they had to replace.
Well, Sinister
them.
Sons is actually debuting this week.
It's got its own book. Yep.
Alexander DeWitt's gonna pop in here too. Cameo. Yeah. Probably a flashback.
Pop out of a fridge, you mean? Somebody
Cool it.
alert Gail Simone.
Cool it with the jokes.
Time to defrost all those old jokes.
It's ice cold. So he's doing the backup story.
Yeah.
Dale Eaglesham called Good Talk. Where he gets lectured by Green Lantern. Sojourner.
Green says Ron Mars' run on Kyle Rayner Green Lantern was very good. So,
but how many years ago was that? And
that was in the 90s, wasn't it?
I don't know if he has TDS.
Late 90s.
When it comes to
he
writing
probably does.
In his writing.
I don't know. I haven't read anything of his in a while.
Right.
I know Mark Waid has been able to put it aside with like his World's Finest and stuff. Hopefully,
all right,
Ron
you want
Mars
to give us a countdown, and then you can just talk about this book. Sure.
Just give it away for somebody that just turned in.
If they just turned in now, they didn't care to show up earlier, so that means
That's
they
true.
probably don't gonna stay around.
All right, so my number 5 that I'm probably not going to get, but it did pique my interest, is Thunderbolts number 3 with the American Kaiju. Number 4 is the Wesley Dodds Sandman miniseries from Robert Venditti and Riley Rossmo. That's issue number 5. Comes out tomorrow or today, I guess. Number 3 is Vengeance of Moon Knight number 2 from Jed McKay and Alessandro Capuccio. Number 2 is Transformers number 5 from Daniel Warren Johnson. And my number 1 book is Vinkman's number 2, what we have on the screen right now. Green Lantern, this is issue number 8. This is from Jeremy Adams, one of my favorite writers in comics right now. This has been just an absolutely phenomenal series, I think, so far. Definitely the best writer to take on Green Lantern since Jeff Johns left. I don't know if I'd put him quite on the same level as Jeff Johns just yet, but if he's allowed to grow, I think he could easily get there. I like what he's been doing with Hal. I like what he did with Sinestro a few issues ago. We found out what kind of stuff that's been happening with like Kilowog. There's been some really cool stuff happening here. So yeah, I have been loving this. I'm excited to see this continue. Really excited to see Kyle Rayner again. It'd be nice if we could see Guy Gardner again in something that wasn't
a swimsuit or
no
Valentine's Day.
The how to ditch a guy in 10 days or whatever that $10 book was.
how to copy a Hollywood movie and turn it into an awful story.
Yeah, it didn't even feature Ice in it, and Ice is his love interest. Like that's like a book you would put Ice in. But
he got over her after she killed him.
God, that's dumb. All that to say, I do appreciate seeing Kyle again. I think that has the potential to be a lot of fun. So yeah, the art has been great. This is a different artist than he normally has, though. Jeremy Adams is the main artist in this one is called Amansi Nahulpan.
I think he was the guy from last issue.
Was he the same from last issue? I thought it was Zermanico. Oh no, you're right. It is the same guy from last issue.
Yeah, it's the same guy.
Zermanico hasn't been on a book in 2 issues. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not
well,
sure.
Then this guy does do really well. Then he's a good artist. He does really well. So I'm really over the United Planets.
He's going to go to next issue.
Oh, he does come back. Okay, good.
Yeah,
I like him a lot. I think he because he was on Flash when Jeremy Adams was on Flash. But yeah, I've been liking it a lot. There's some great sci-fi action, some great Green Lantern energy. He's got that Han Solo swag that only Green Lantern can have. Jeremy Adams writes him really well, I think. So it's a blast to read. It's one of those comics I have a smile that I read all the way through. So
And
yeah,
that's how you should do with every comic book. You should be enjoying it that much.
That is exactly how it should be. 100%.
Right.
That is why I trimmed a lot of comics off my pull list.
Nice. Alrighty. Yeah, you should never just be like, if you're not enjoying a book, don't stick with it just because you want to know how it ends. I do that, and I suffer for it.
Learn from Vinkman's example and do what I do, which is cut out the books.
Even I have a breaking point.
Like, look, I liked some of the Ryan North Fantastic Four issues, but not enough to make me keep them, so I dropped them. And now I know every issue of G.I. Joe or Transformers or Moon Knight that I get is a banger.
Right. Alrighty then. Yeah, and speaking of things I'm continuing to watch, I just watched the first 2 episodes of season 2 of Halo. Because I had to know how it ends.
Why would you do? I will say the commercial looked better than it did for season 1.
The only good parts of that show is when he's fighting in the armor.
Yeah.
It feels like
but he doesn't. He can't emote when he takes the helmet off.
I know.
Said nobody.
He can't whine like a bitch when he in the helmet on. So he has to take the helmet off and bitch.
Like, just watch Mandalorian, the biggest show on streaming for years, proves him wrong alone.
Yes, you know.
But anyway.
Alrighty, counting down my top 5 here. My Moon Knight number 2 was my number 5. Number 4 was Blade number 8. Number 3 was Blood Commandment number 4. 2 was Green Lantern. And my number 1 book is a book that puts a smile on my face, and that is Transformers number 5. Yeah, man, the art on this is phenomenal. Look at that shit. Every little detail.
Glorious.
Every little single detail.
It just looks so freaking good.
The reflection.
The grit, the little notches that he puts in the metal to show how it's worn.
Yep, scratches, battle damage, every detail. There's a pan on here that those has when he transforms. It's on the decal on the toys as well. Mm-hmm. Just looking at all this stuff, it's cool. So, here there's the ammo shelves. I just realized these are all rifles. I didn't realize that these are machine guns.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I see the ammo cases. Yeah.
Yeah, the bomb box stuff.
Oh wow.
I just noticed that. Wow, I didn't notice the first time.
See, that's the fun part about Daniel. There's always something cool to see with Daniel Warren Johnson's art.
Because I was wondering, what is this? These are ammo clips or
ammo belts. Yeah,
ammo belts. Yeah, that is awesome. Sweet.
I like the way his reflection is on the barrel of the gun too.
Yeah, right, dude. Everything.
Yeah, Mike Spicer does a brilliant job. That's like his main colorist. And he does really good in this.
Like I said, I love these 80s colors throwbacks, like these as far as the font they use, color. So bright neon blue. Mm-hmm. That was popular.
He's also got the corner box art, and that's not even necessarily a throwback cover.
It's all these covers, man.
Yeah.
Is it the final connecting cover they've been doing?
Might be.
With Arosina?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, Arosina, yeah.
There might be one more, but they've been doing this since the very first issue, and it creates a really cool poster.
Yeah, that is really cool. It's the Ewok Transformer.
This is the cartoon version.
Yep.
Ewok.
He looks like an Ewok.
And then you have this. Like I said,
that's great.
Kyle Kerschel.
Yep.
I always thought it was Keschel.
It is Kerschel. Oh no, it is Kerschel.
Makes me wonder, is it?
I thought it was Carl Keschel.
Maybe they
Maybe it's a typo?
Might be. Yeah. I don't know. Does he need to sign here? Kers. Yeah, it is Ker. Yeah.
Oh, okay, Kerschel.
So it's somebody else, but even then, look at this detail.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And then here's your G.I. Joes.
Yeah, right. Maybe. There's been a lot of crossover between G.I. Joe and Transformers recently, so that'd be really cool if we see another one.
And I just love this here, the old throwback to the Marvel stuff, you know?
Corner box. Yeah.
Yeah, all the corner boxes.
Just need floating heads. Mr. Kirkman, if you're listening, some floating heads for G.I. Joe would be awesome.
All right, hold on. Here's your floating head.
No. It's got to be in the corner.
Oh, it is in the corner here.
It's got to be over on this side of the corner, and it's got to have all the different heads of who's in the book.
I'm still trying to figure out who this would be.
Oh, we're thinking of Breen says Carl Kessel, and his wife used to write for DC. This is a different Carl then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Carl Kessel.
Kessel used to do Hawk and Dove, I think.
Hawk and Dove, yes, and then he went on to do. Did he do the first thing with Harley Quinn? And then Amanda Conover, did her husband took over?
That's a good question. Oh yeah, Undead Quinn just says he did do Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But man, Jay, you're the Transformer guy. If you're still here, who the heck is this supposed to be? I guess he just went to bed, but just curious because yeah.
Huh.
Tidal Wave. That's a guy I usually think of right away when I see these guys. Or they Constructicons.
Oh, dude, if there were Constructicons, that'd be pretty sick.
There was Constructicon. There was one that he created a giant, build it together, and it's this huge big thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, but I'm like I said, I'm looking forward to this. Like I said, that this whole series, the tone, the art, it captures the series well, bringing back the original story, tweaking a little bit. Instead of having a Bumblebee, they decided to, kind of leave him there. But there is a cameo for Bumblebee, so maybe we're just going to see him lying down on the ground. Starscream's trying to base up, or does he cannibalize Bumblebee?
Oh no, dude! As if Starscream hasn't been evil enough this series so far.
Yes,
if they did that would actually be pretty bad. That would be pretty. It'd be bad, but it'd be really good. Like it'd a really good.
Can you imagine a guy with a little Bumblebee arm?
That would be crazy.
A mutated all. It's all like a bunch of them put together, like a monster nightmare. Oh, that's what I want. All right, but that is the top 10. Or so that's not top 5. Even though you got 10, because guys are rewarded with 5.
A lot of our books, there was some crossover. What was it? 3 crossover books? Green Lantern, Transformers, Moon Knight?
Yeah. But anyway,
don't worry, y'all. Next week, I have a lot more books to choose from. My pull list is like 8 issues next week.
These are the trades coming out this week.
Nice.
Honestly, Conan the Barbarian, if you haven't done so, this is the current one we've been reading. It's fun.
Yep. The Jim Zub run has been a blast. Just had some comics. Tomasi and Gleason, Batman and Robin.
Yep.
Nice.
Adventures continue. Very good. Pick this up.
Very good. Some very good Batman trades up there.
Read the first 2 issues with this with Claremont. Yeah, it's all right. Very dark. Very depressing.
Days of Future Past.
Yeah.
To be expected. Yo, Thunderbolts Red. That's I remember reading some of that series. I liked it a good bit.
All right, now we have
that's pretty cool.
Pacheco and Perez. So Spider-Woman. I don't know. Nice. I don't think I read that one. Maybe I did.
Is that the one where she gets pregnant?
So I think it's after her.
After she gets pregnant?
I think so.
Okay.
It's got to be new. They're not going to really throw out older ones that much.
I mean, you say that, but then if you scroll one way down, there's the Luke Cage. This is from. Oh, okay, so this is new. It's 2020.
This is the one. It's the one I was reading. It actually wasn't that bad.
Yeah, I don't remember. The
whole invasion.
That's when she goes back to her classic costume, I think. Yep. Okay. Yeah, I don't remember it being that bad. I read a few issues of it because there was there was some tie-in. There was a tie-in, I think, to King in Black. The art was good. Wow, they put Angela in there? I haven't seen Angela in anything.
Strom, yeah. Well, it takes place during the crossover with Null, too, as well.
Yeah, with King in Black, yeah.
Yeah.
Blade, Spectre, Monica Rambeau. Okay.
Yeah, Roger. Gawking is the name of the guy she's with.
That's the
He's
name
not the father.
He's not the father. He's just the
babysitter.
Okay.
She babysits for him. He doesn't know it, but that's basically what he is. And he gets said.
I liked it better when Spider-Woman was with Hawkeye.
And it addresses the whole thing. He's like, well, the guy's like, well, we could be a team. We could be superheroes. He's like, no, you die. I have powers. You don't.
Yeah. Neither did Hawkeye, which means Jessica, you should.
But Hawkeye has a lot more training, much more talent. So
exactly. So she should get back together with Hawkeye. That's my point.
Oh no, you want to work with Hawkeye? Yeah.
I want them back together. That was one thing I liked from Bendis' Avengers.
They should just reveal that the kid was never real. It's all in her head.
Going to pull a Scarlet Witch. They already did that with Scarlet Witch, and they did it with twins.
No, they'll just say that the kid is actually her lover.
No, not that one again. Can you imagine if they did that again? Like, hey, you guys loved it so much when we did this with Carol. Man, that would be outcry.
Holy crap, it's Luke Cage.
Hey, the fire this time.
No, this is volume 3, probably.
Look at those motion lines as he's jumping through that car.
Volume 2.
It's like cannonballing.
Yep.
Front flipping.
Front forward flip, yep.
Yeah.
McGregor. Wolfman. Tosca. Dude. Tosca art. That's the Iron Man artist right there.
Wolfman. That's Titan style writing.
He'll face menaces as tough as Moses Magnum, and bizarre as Mace, and infuriating as the Gem Theater's always unpredictable Venom Machine. It's all set against the greatest streets of 1970s Times Square, a location as colorful as anything Marvel's minds have ever conjured up. Colorful, they say.
Oh, boo!
Cage will also face an all-new, amped up Chemistro, the Spear. Wow, this call him Spear Chucker, what Andrew writes is. He seeks to settle a score with a man who made Luke Cage bulletproof. An adversary as unstoppable as the death itself. The IRS.
Yes. My number one nemesis.
That was awesome.
Also featuring the debut of Bill Foster.
Yes.
Giant Man. Nice.
Yep.
And the one and only Piranha Jones.
See, this is the ones you probably never read because Iron Fist.
Because Iron Fist wasn't around? Yeah. Uh-huh.
Hey, we got to go back to when the joke started, okay?
We got to go all the way back. What was that, 3 years ago?
Feels like 4, man.
Feels like 100.
Feels like 100.
Ancient history. Very cool. This costs the same amount as that Spider-Woman trade you were just looking at, but I feel like you get a lot more bang for your buck with this one.
Yep. 24, 25. Why is 23 down here? I hate them.
What on earth? Yeah.
You ever do that? You go into League of Comic Geeks and you go to search through the things. You're gonna add books to your list.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you find out the numbers are not
out of order.
Yeah.
Hate that. It drives the ADD.
It takes 2 seconds to figure out what you're doing.
Yeah. Slow down. Stop drinking Mountain Dew. League of Comic Geeks contributors. Marania says, time for me to head out to set things up. She'll catch the rest on the replay. Breen says Bill Foster had been married to Claire Temple, who was Luke's girlfriend during this run.
Mm-hmm.
She was also Daredevil's girlfriend during the Netflix show.
Marvel Unleashed with the pets.
Oh, yeah, the Pet Avengers. That's actually a fun idea. That's kind of a fun idea.
Yeah. All right.
Some more Thunderbolts. Another Conan cover.
Yep.
I dig that.
Chicken Devil. All right, Blade Runner. That's all right.
Nice.
There's
another. Gosh, how many things are they doing for Conan? Golly. Oh, Marania says Pet Avengers rock. All caps. I've never seen Marania use all caps.
It's not Marania. It's somebody else. Deep Space Nine, Dog of War. What the heck? It's gonna cook.
I didn't know they did a comic book on the life of J.R.R. Tolkien. I know they did a movie. I didn't think they had to do a graphic novel. That's an interesting subject choice.
I heard he does a lot of walking in this movie or in this book.
Oh my gosh. You act like walking's so terrible.
But you look at this.
He was in World War I, and I think too.
You didn't look at the little doggy over here.
Oh, that's little Corgi.
Yeah, from Cowboy Bebop. It's Ein.
It's Ein. Or the little dog from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Did anybody read this? The whole Robotech Rick Hunter series that came out?
No, I never read that one.
There's a Minmay cover. Yeah.
Looks like manga.
Well, it's based off an anime. Yeah, with manga
okay.
too. Yeah, that's what Robotech was. Robotech was actually called Macross.
Undead Quinn says Chicken Devils was a Skip book. Was Skip reading Chicken Devil, or was he recommending it?
He was liking it. He liked it too. Yeah,
you liked it a lot.
Oh, Wakfu. I don't know.
Wakfu.
Oh,
never heard of that one.
It's a Blaze.
Oh, okay.
That's what happened for leaving a Blaze on there. I get these weird books. Fantagraphic is a Russian story, apparently. Search and Destroy. But yeah. Power Rangers Archive, book 1, $75. Ain't that bad. If you're a Power Rangers fan. But yeah, Chicken Devil is
Aftershock.
I just remember reading about it. It was one of the weirdest things I've ever heard of. There's no synopsis.
No one speaks of it.
Yeah.
Brian Bucciolato, isn't that the guy who's writing the Justice League Godzilla Kong? Brian Bucciolato?
I believe so.
I think it is.
Yeah,
it is.
He's also writing Midlife, which nobody talks about either.
I've never heard of that. How to Hero at 50. That does sound kind of fun. I might have to check that one out.
How to be a comic book YouTuber at age 50.
Oh, okay. Are you writing a comic now? Or is
I'm not 50.
He's writing a comic book now?
I'm not. No. And then if you want the 60s edition, go to Eric.
Go to Eric, yeah.
Alrighty though, but yeah, much coming out this week. I would recommend getting the Conan and the Luke Cage. Definitely Luke Cage if you haven't done so. Best way to collect these, I'm probably going to pick this up too because of the fact that they're hard to come by, individual issues. Mm-hmm. Mainly because people like keys and people jack up the price on them, so it's not worth the beat. Plus, I can read them all in one sitting. This is they said this was issue 24 going through here. So
24 through 46, 42, I think.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So all I gotta do is find Epic Volume, or Epic Collection of Volume 1, and then I'll be all set. Because I believe Volume 3 is gonna end up. If they do it, it's gonna be Luke Cage or Power Man Iron Fist will be that. So, alrighty, kids. I hope you guys had fun, and that was it for this week. If you guys saw anything that you liked up there, let us know in the comments down below. Even if you just want to say hello down there too as well, we'd like to hear from you guys. Helps with the algo. I also appreciate you guys being here to talk to us or listen to us and make fun of us. Either way. If you haven't done so, please click like, subscribe, and just, yeah, like you said, leave a comment. If you really want to help the channel, you can go to ko-fi.com/Puppetine, drop $1 in the till. We're doing that basically to pay for our Comixology app and some Marvel apps we use. Basically, we do readings on here. And if you donate at least $1, you're eligible to basically, choose one of our next couple of readings we do. Well, the only requirement is it has to be a Marvel or DC book, and it has to be between the 60s and the 90s. So 60 through 80s, really, for those books, because they have narrators. Basically, the books have narration parts, makes it easier for us to have more people playing.
Gotta have the narrator
90s, there isn't much narration at all. And also tomorrow we have a special Valentine's Day reading we're doing tomorrow. Starting around 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, we'll be doing the first 2 issues of Spider-Man Loves Mary Jane.
You know what else you should do, because it's Ash Wednesday tomorrow, so you should do like a Daredevil Born Again reading or something with like heavy Catholic tones.
You know what I should do? I should go get a burger and do my own Ash Wednesday live stream.
Yeah, since it is Ash Wednesday, it is literally Ash Wednesday. Yeah.
Got my little Stan Lee figure. Got my burger. Got my nice
I saw today. I was out running errands, and I went to the CVS to get some stuff for Valentine's Day. They had a Trigon pop figure that I almost got, not for my Valentine, for myself. So just if I ever started to do that, and I have a little Trigon figure, be like, what on earth? That's not Stanley.
You're right. So
Anyway.
if you want to see more of Zach, Zach will be back around here on Thursday night at 8 p.m. Central, and we'll be talking about the best books of the week. Yep. Well, you better show up this time. Last time you didn't show up.
I will show up this time. I also will have some extra back issues to show off because my auction books finally came in.
Finally, because I'm just tired of Breen complaining about his back issues.
I finally got some. Rhaegar, I do not collect them. I'm at the point now where if I see one that I really like, I'll pick it up. But it's very rare that I find one that I like.
I have to walk away from my comic shop because and when I get to the Funko Pops, because they have all the Disney, like, you know, they have Donald Duck Christmas stuff and Mickey Mouse Christmas. I was like,
yeah, I
can't. No, too much.
Hot Topic does that too. Like if I go into Hot Topic, there's a wall of them.
Like honestly, I love. We were reading some of the Mickey Mouse and the 4-color comic books here with Donald Duck. I love those characters, and if the Funko Pops are like $2, I'd buy them. $3 a pop, I'd buy them. Dude, but they're $12.
$12 for the basic ones, and then the bigger ones are like $18, $20. Yeah.
Like I said, I just crazy when it comes to that stuff. So now they have like music stuff. As far as like they Kiss, I've seen Queen, I've seen Def
Elvis,
Leppard.
the Beatles. Yep.
Yeah.
They did athletes too for a while. They were doing like football and basketball athletes, like LeBron and Patrick Mahomes. Like, really?
Yep, I got We got all the Brewer stuff here too, and the Packer stuff. We have Aaron Rodgers one as well.
Nice.
There's a Jets one where he's missing a leg.
Oh God. Is there a Brett McFarve NFL playoffs?
Ours broken.
Yeah, where it's like he's all like bruised and everything. The purple is on his skin,
where's the
not
pop
the jersey.
Funko, where's the Funko Pop figures where people have a pile of Favre jerseys standing around and they're in flames going up? That's the ones I want. I want the more like like little social stuff like that. I love those. Joe Biden found on the stairs. I want that Funko Pop. When he's on the stairs, and you see him kind of look. You can make one of those falls, tumbles.
Yep.
Come on, political pops would be awesome.
Oh, you would never find if they made a Donald Trump one. You would never find those things would be sold out and racked up in price on eBay. You would never find those.
The Ron DeSantis with the clown shoe Funko Pop. And then there's the one with the Rio Grande where you have the guys crossing across the river, like into America. Funko Pops. Like you could just the illegal pops.
Yeah, right.
Oh my gosh. On that note,
we just went way off into the weeds on that one. Oh my goodness.
In 15 minutes, go over to I Love Comics. There'll be a Marvel RPG over there. Expect some more crazy hijinks where they have to survive against who knows, maybe another Watcher, who knows, but it's gonna be fun. I'll be over there. I get to play some 2 characters over there, so and we're gonna have some Nova Corps over there.
Nova Corps.
Yes. So it's gonna be fun. Last week we had Eagle Froggy as the Watcher. It was great. The Grinner. All right. Have a good night, guys. We'll see you tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Central.
Bye, everybody. Y'all have a happy new comic book day.